Didn't you do something like this to relax in the Horde?
No, we hit things.
Well, this is so much better, right, Bo?
This episode doesn't really touch on it. It gets way too surface level in, like, how people handle, like, stress response. It's like the issue with stress is that it, like, builds up cortisol, which is, like, super unhealthy, and there's ways to relax and deal with that and reduce cortisol levels. But most people who do have, like, chronic stress, it's not necessarily due to, like, physical elements. It's like there's a psychological component, there's trauma, so you can't just be like, oh yeah, I just do a spa day when I'm getting, like, triggered repeatedly. That's not how that works. It is interesting that that's how Glimmer is trying to handle Adora's situation, and obviously, yeah, like, Adora's on edge because she's scared of, like, Shadow Weaver stalking her at the moment in the show. And the issue is also, like, Glimmer acknowledged at the beginning of the episode, Adora, like, stayed awake all night, like, keeping watch because she saw something spooky in the woods, which is kind of like, it's the woods. It's the Whispering Woods. Did you hear whispering? And if you forego sleep for too long, then, like, you can start seeing stuff. So Glimmer's just like, how can I get you to fall asleep so you stop hallucinating and freaking out about said hallucinations, because you're already, like, you need a day of recovery. But because the issue with Adora's stress in this situation is just because Shadow Weaver doing stuff, versus if Shadow Weaver wasn't messing around and Adora was actually having issues because she's finally out of the fright zone and can process, you know, Shadow Weaver being, like, her creepy self, then it could be a much more realistic portrayal of, like, some things that people, like, deal with and, like, the fears they have, or, like, a paranoia, because that's how this kind of comes off as, like, paranoia, but it's more like justified, like, zombie apocalypse style paranoia. There's actually a thing that's out to get you and hurt you if you ease up on your focus and, like, take a moment to relax. It'll sneak up on you and bite you, just like Shadow Weaver's magic over here, which, you know, that's not a really correct view of paranoia. Like, a lot of people who do experience paranoia understand that, like, it's not rational, it's just a thing their brain does, that they can't make it, like, stop being paranoid, or, like, playing out all these worst case scenarios in its head, and that inability to shut off the fear response gets in the way of their day-to-day lives. This episode could have highlighted those issues and made that the central conflict if it wanted to, but no, it's just Shadow Weaver playing peekaboo with Adora